you would not guess. Have a guess, George. Which one of our friends decides to randomly message me at 1 in the morning on a fucking Tuesday/Wednesday with 2 words, just fuck you? Who do we know? No, not McManus, but somebody else that we saw recently. Not Mike. I wish I'd get a fuck. I wish I'd get a fuck you from
Bill.
Bill. There you go. Fucking 1/2 on a. Considering the last time I spoke to him, I was doing him a massive favour, and he literally just fucked me off. Right. The only person who can leave me sitting in a chicken shop with extra chicken and somehow made it a bad thing, because any other situation that would have been fine. Anyway, nobody else knows what we're talking about, really, but that's fine. 1 in the morning. I said, what's that about? He's like, oh, just joking. It's like, well, where's the joke? Like,
just, yeah.
Regression, mate, regression. And makes me wonder, was he talking about me? Do you know what I mean? Which is my worst fear anyway, that people talk about me. And now it's like, he must have been talking about me. For anyone to just randomly message 1 on a fucking Tuesday, being like, just fuck you. Obviously, I came up in conversation. He's probably talking about the chicken that I bought him that he didn't eat. Anyway, fuck. Welcome to the Pot Roast podcast. We are live, everybody. And you don't know that because you're not watching this, because on the social media post said 8:30, and it is in fact 8 o'clock. I said to George, I said, it was 8:30 last week. And he said, yeah, well, that was last week. Like I'm supposed to know that it's different every week.
Moving forward, it's gonna be 8 o'clock. So
you never did actually explain why it was. Why was it 8:30 last week?
I didn't have as much time because I had to get back from.
Yeah, you were rolling in from somewhere else. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Well, jokes not on me. The joke's on all of you, many listeners out there who are missing out.
0 people.
0 people, and if we would have been going at 8:30 when the social media post, we would have had 0 people still, but that's not the point. Anyway, welcome to the Pot Roast podcast. We're having a great. Did I already say that? We're having a good time. Well, double welcome to the people that ain't there. I'm gonna have to keep saying it in case people turn up late because we're early, right? So when we get to the half an hour mark, I'll say welcome again. How are you, mate?
Not bad, man. You?
You know what? I'm recovering, right? Because since I got back from your neck of the woods, I was like, I need to not drink. Like that was a heavy week for me, at least, of social activities. I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm having a break. Cut to, it's Sunday. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to the shops. All I need is milk, George. All I needed was milk. And I happened to bump into one of like 2 or 3 people that I know in this town. It's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just going to the shop. He's wearing a Guinness hat, by the way.
Of course he is.
So obviously the vibe is set, right? So it's like, you're going to come to the pub. It's like, I'm not drinking at the moment, but I suppose I could come along and just like have a Coke. First live of my life. Everyone knows I'm not going to go to the fucking pub on St. Patrick's Day and have a Coke, right? So yeah, it got a little bit messy. Ended up going to multiple establishments, meeting a wide array of interesting people.
The Sunday night in that town, I guess they're open.
Well, yeah, it was like 8 o'clock. It was like 8 o'clock when I'm out at first. And then by 9 o'clock, the first pub was like, they're shutting. And I was thinking the opposite. I'm like, you're shutting at 9 o'clock on St. Patrick's Day. Like, people were still swinging, it was still going.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, we'll go to this other pub. I'm like, oh, great, I've not been to that pub. I'll be meaning to check that out. Why not? Well, I'm just out for milk. Let's do it. And so we're in this other pub called the Market Inn. It's like one of those places where it's just like a tiny little door in an alleyway, but then you go in and it's like fucking TARDIS or whatever.
Right.
And it's kind of popping in there. Everyone is super, super drunk. Guinness hats, you know, cheap little plastic Irish flag hats, you know. The only time of the year where cultural appropriation is acceptable. By the way, go and check out our Leprechaun watch along. But yeah, and there was a dude who looked like he could have been the Leprechaun, right? And but like tall, skinny, but he had the features and the hairline or whatever. And I'm like, this dude looks like he's never been out in his life. He was kind of just standing around. He looked so excited to be out. He's looking around. He's having a good time. I'm like, this dude's never been out in his life. He stands up, right, and the label falls out of his jacket. This guy's never been out in his life, right? So that's all fun and games. We're outside, right, talking. There's a couple of us talking. There's this girl. She's lost her boyfriend. She's like, my boyfriend just disappeared. He doesn't smoke. I don't know where he's gone. It's like the third time it's happened tonight where he's just disappeared. So we're just talking. I'm making jokes about her missing, presumed dead boyfriend. Right. Half an hour into this conversation, George, she looks at me and she says, did we date? I'm like, I don't think so. Bearing in mind, I only know 2 or 3 people in this whole fucking town. I'm like, don't think so. She's like, yeah, we went on a date. I was like, oh, well, if you say we went on a date, that's different to did we date? Do you know what I mean? Like, so it narrows that narrows it down a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm like, nah, I'm not that much of a Casanova. Like, I would know. Like, I would recognize. I've been talking to you for half an hour. Long story short, it turns out we did date. So that was awkward.
When?
So about 2.5 years ago, we went for coffee, an afternoon coffee. We met on Tinder. We were speaking for like a week, like didn't fuck around, straight in for a Cafe Nero's. And I thought it was going pretty well. And then it's like, you want to get another coffee? Because like we finished the coffee, right? And I'm just getting into the swing of a conversation by this point. One little, you know, like espresso and a half is not enough for me to get to know somebody, or should I say for them to get to know me. And I was like, do you want another coffee? She's like, no, I'm good. I was like, okay, that says it all, really.
Coffees is too much for someone.
Yeah, maybe. I would have just been fine, you know, just drinking Guinness, but I wouldn't. I hate Guinness. So then after the date, I was like, oh, you know, that was cool. Do you want to do something again? You know, go out, get drinks, see a movie, whatever. She's like, I'm not really looking for anything at the moment. I was like, yeah, I should have clocked that when she said she didn't want the second coffee. I should have picked up on that vibe. She's like, I'm not really looking for anything at the moment. Right. So then cut forward to Sunday and she's lost her boyfriend. I was like, oh, fuck, we did go on a date. Damn. I don't want to get into the specifics, but she looks very different now than what she did 2.5 years ago.
Different.
Just in the ways that maybe a person might change as they kind of get older. You know what I mean? So.
Okay.
So I finally clocked who she was, or where I knew her from, or where she knew me from, shall I say.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and all she's done is moan about her boyfriend all night. It's like, I bet you wish you would have got that second fucking coffee now, didn't you? I'm thinking like her face is going to this is going to ruin the night. There's already drama going on. People are drinking, arguing in the pub. You know, it's St. Patrick's Day. Of course it is. I'm like, this is going to add fire to the flames. Luckily, she did take the joke as it was intended. And then I said, oh, well, how long have you been together, right? Is it serious? And she's like, we've been together just over 2 years. So I'm like, wait, I'm doing like a beautiful mind math in my head. I'm like, so you fucking was looking for something then, weren't you? What? What is going on?
Everyone's entitled.
Like, oh no, absolutely. But like, just tell me, just say like you wasn't feeling the vibe and you're not into it. That's fine. Don't bullshit me when you've been sitting there swiping on Tinder for fucking weeks to get to me at the bottom of the barrel, right? And then say that you're not looking for something. We both know you're looking for something.
Oh man.
And I get it because some guys don't take rejection all that well, So
Yeah.
and especially like I've seen like screenshots of some of the shit guys say, like as soon as you say like, oh, I'm not interested, like, oh well, fuck you, you fat bitch, or whatever, which isn't my style. I'm an old pro. I've been rejected loads of times. I would have taken it fine. So yeah. Yeah. Then we go back in. There's a girl who's dressed like Kristoff from Frozen, right? The mountain dude with the moose or whatever. She's got like a woolly. She's got like a woolly. Right. Yeah. She's got like a blue woolly hat on and like a matching woolly blue jumper. She looks like a Disney character. She falling out of her chair. Literally, she sits on a bar stool and just on the floor. Drink lands on top of her. It's all fun and games. The girl's boyfriend comes back in. Now they're arguing as well. This girl's fallen on
boyfriend.
Yeah, she found him again. I'm happy for him. Don't worry. And then this other girl falls over on the stool. The guy with the tag in his jacket is now helping her up. And but he's loving it. He's like, he doesn't look concerned at all. He's smiling, like he's so happy that all of this is going on, right? And then we're like, okay, I think this pub's probably going to be shutting soon, which they did. The guy that I'm with is like, I think the snooker club will be open. We can go there and have a drink. I'm like, fine, let's do that. Never been to the snooker club before in my life. I'm more of a squash guy, and
they don't have squash bars, do they?
No, they don't. They do have juice bars though, which is kind of the same thing. But moving on, you set me up for that one, George. Walked right into it, mate. Fuck yeah. So we're on our way. We're on our way to the snooker club, and the guy that I'm with, like, totally good-looking dude. Like, you would see this guy on like Men's Fitness. He's pretty shapely. So we're halfway to the snooker club, and it's like, I did sleep with one of the bar guy here, so there might be a bit of a weird vibe. It's like, oh, okay. God, okay, fine. So we get into the snooker club, and of course it's that guy, daggers straight away. He literally, we go up to the bar, not at me. We go up to the bar. He looks at him and he goes, "You shouldn't have come in here. I'm not fucking serving you." I'm like, I don't know what fucking drama. Like, how bad was the lay, right? And then he literally just looks at me, completely ignores the guy. He's like, "So what would you like then, mate?" Like, don't put me on the spot. It's like, we can't. I'm not just going to order a drink when he's not allowed. When you're not going to serve him because you got drama going on.
I just order him a drink too.
Well, that was kind of, but yeah, he won't.
Like, what do you want? yeah.
It weren't. I was trying to make it happen. It weren't gonna happen. So anyway, so we leave, and then like by this point it's past 11 o'clock. Everywhere's shut, and I was like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And he's like, "Oh, just come back to yours for a cup of tea." I was like, "Oh, will you now?" So we were on our way back to mine for a cup of tea. And it's like Hansel and Gretel have been here, like with a stomach bug, because there is a trail of puke all the way from the snooker club to where I live. Right, there's like just footprints of puke and like lines of puke, all the same color, like whatever. I won't describe it. So then we get to like basically where I live, and the puke ends, and there's a dude hunched over. He's still puking, right? And there's a lady helping him puking, but she's still puking as well, right? Or she's. They are not good. So anyway, their heads come up, and it's fucking Kristoff from Frozen and the fucking name tag dude with the.
Oh man, you can't make that shit up. That's like,
mate, it just all come full circle. But
brilliant.
Anyway, so I'm still. I mean, when we start, it's what is it? Wednesday. That was Sunday. So yeah, I'm still. My body is still aware that happened. I'm still playing catch up. I had work the next day, man, like a regular person on a Monday, because we don't do this full time. Yeah, early morning. I'm still bouncing back, but you know what's going to help us bounce back, George? Because right before, 3 hours before, we got a trailer that dropped, and we got a few trailers coming up, by the way. But now we've got one more, which isn't in the description, like the same way that this trailer and the correct time of this video were both not in the description. But we do have a trailer for Alien Romulus. We've been wondering when this is going to come out. This is being directed by Fede Alvarez, if I'm saying that correctly, and who did the Evil Dead remake from 2013.
Yeah.
And I guess we're just going to fire it up and watch it. Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, when you're ready, mate. I'll just fucking turn the volume
when we are ready. Happy days.
Some captions on.
Just in case. You're going to watch us react to the...
No subtitles are available for this video.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep my volume low, and
are you ready?
Hopefully we're fine. Yeah, I'm clicking play. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Bickety boom.
Fede.
Oh, he did Don't Breathe as well. I haven't seen that. Heard it's good. I like this vibe though. I'm liking the look.
Oh, my screen's so dark.
I think it's just a dark looking movie by the looks of it. Oh fuck. Oh, okay. Plenty of little huggy facey dudes. Oh, we're sliding out of that throat like we're Linda Lovelace. Ooh.
I'm not one for live trailer. I try to actually take it in and not talk over it.
Oh, well, I do apologize, George. Not really. Okay. Damn.
It's only
so when's that?
All right. 16th of August.
16th of August, yeah. Because I had to do the old, English date switcheroo. Because at first I'm like, the 8th of the 16th. What's that like?
Next month?
That's it's not that many months. That's next April. No, it's coming out 16th of August. Not exactly a summer movie, but I'm glad that they've got some kind of faith in it, because they're not just dumping it in like a January or something, or even just straight to streaming like what Prey got. And because when I saw that it was only, or when you said that it was only a minute-long trailer, I was like, oh, it's just going to be like some shots of the ship and the space and just a title and a date or whatever. But we actually got some meat in there, George. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I mean, like the last one I watched, Covenant, that was my only gripe, was some of the aliens did look a bit like very obviously computer generated, but you didn't get a clear look of what type of alien. Obviously, you got face huggers. I didn't really catch a good look of a xenomorph there, but that's neither hit here nor there. I can't remember where
They
this
did.
is in the timeline.
I'm just looking, reading my mind, George. We're getting good at this because I'm literally just on that right now. That's what we do.
There's a show coming out as well. I believe that's coming out ahead of this. I'm still not.
Okay, so this is doing the classic, and we get this all the time now. You could probably guess where this takes place. It takes place in between Alien 1 and Aliens. So it's right in the middle there, which, to be fair, unlike some other properties like a Halloween or something, you know, there's like 60 years in between those movies, right? Because Ripley's in cryostasis or what have you. I mean, how unfortunate is that? Like, Ripley's like launched off in a little pod, and then, like, as soon as the pod's like gone around the corner of the planet or whatever, another ship just comes whistling along, like, and then they're going to crash land. I don't know if it's going to be LV-426 or if it's even going to connect. You know, because you would assume that these things are probably dotted. They're probably dotted around. You know, it's not unrealistic to assume that some could end up other places. You know, who fucking knows what those engineers were up to? You know, because we didn't finish the fucking storyline, Ridley, did we? But anyway, loads of face huggers, loads of blood, loads of tension. The ship looks good. What we saw of it, the corridor and stuff, it looked pretty authentic to the original, but without being like, you know, too just like samey or derivative. I'm excited, George. I don't think I've ever seen an Alien movie in a theatre, so I'm looking forward to this one. In fact, I would even go as far to say that we should try and catch this one together if we can. But
we'll see.
We'll see if that works out.
Summer.
Yeah, we'll see what we're up to. Fun times. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Absolutely. So, but it's not just one trailer. We got trailers. It's a trailer-thon. We are trailer trash today because it's all trailers. We was going to do a Roadhouse review, everybody.
Yeah, I just realised about 10 minutes ago that the name of the episode or the stream was Roadhouse 2024 and more. So I changed it.
And you had to change those thumbnails, which is a shame because we had to take those pictures. We got jacked for that episode, for that movie. I was like, you know what? I want to experience this. I want to method watch it. You know, I want to feel the testosterone, and then it's just all bubbling up inside me, George. I'm gonna have to go out and like punch a wall right after this. But
really manly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But let's talk about the stuff that we do have. And you know what we do have and what we need, George, is we need another religious horror movie with nuns set in a convent.
We don't get many of those.
I swear we like reviewed like 4 last year. It feels like
I still haven't seen Exorcist Believer, and I don't want to.
Exorcist, there was The Nun. I'm sure there was.
Yeah,
I watched Nun and Nun 2. Like, there was something else, and not only are we getting another religious horror movie, we're getting another prequel spin-off to a legacy horror franchise, and that is the first Omen, which surely, because the Omen is like the birth of the son of Satan, which happens in the first movie. So this is like it's not even a full Omen. It's like a half Omen. Did you watch this one though?
I did watch the trailer, yeah.
It looked slightly better than I thought.
Yeah, I had a question. Why is this a prequel? Are they like rehashing that scene though with, you know, the woman that hangs herself and she's like, "This is all for you." She basically says it's a.
Well, I think she's actually going to set herself on fire. I think.
Oh, maybe it's that then. Okay.
I think they're going to change it up, George. You don't just get a hang in. You're going to set herself on fire. She's going to go full Tibetan monk. Yeah.
It looks like she's standing above and she's about to do exactly what.
Oh yeah, it's the same. Like it's the same like setup, really.
But I don't know. It looks creepy.
There was some visuals. Some of the shots looked kind of cool, but a lot of it did look just like every other generic legacy horror, religious, nun, convent themed spin-off / prequel that we've had in the last ever.
Yeah.
So that's fine. She's got the 666. Did you see that? She's got it like up in the roof of her mouth.
Yeah.
But again, that's the mark of the son of Satan. Why has she got that? They just wanted to pull it. They just wanted to pull it in there. That's all it is. Well, they just wanted the visual.
It's funny because I did a fair bit of research just looking up the old Omen films. We haven't had one since 2006, which is a remake, and they released that on, Satan Day, which was
perfect.
The 6th, 2006.
They had to, yeah, of course,
yeah. But yeah,
I'll
looking
do that
again. No, never. Well,
no, never, literally never, unless it's like year 3006.
Yeah. But yeah, looking up the original title, I don't know if you knew, apparently for The Omen was the birthmark, which is a pretty bad title. Probably glad they changed that. But yeah, I was just looking at Arkasha Stevenson is who directed this.
Yeah.
New one.
Who did who's no stranger to religious themed horror movies, did the film Legion, which
it's a TV series apparently.
Oh damn it! I mean the TV show is really good. That's the X-Men related one with Dan Stevens. He's like in a mental institution. Yeah, but I thought it was the Paul Bettany movie Legion, which I actually liked. If you ever saw that movie, where they're in like a diner, like a truck stop, gas station diner, and there's an old lady crawling around on the ceiling. You must have seen this movie. And then Paul Bettany's like a lone, mysterious warrior, and all these people are trapped in this diner with the crazy old possessed lady. And Paul Bettany shows up and he starts exercising your right to live.
But yeah, that's not what she worked on anyway. She done TV. Brand New Cherry Flavor. I don't know if you saw that show. That was pretty fucking weird. But yeah, I have for some reason a bit more interest than I did in Exorcist Believer. This trailer had me a bit more interested than that, so I can say that as much as that.
Yeah.
Initially, when I saw the Exorcist Believer trailer, I was just like, I don't really give a shit about this, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Again, like we talked, I said how I feel about watching trailers. Things that I'm interested in, I generally won't watch a trailer for, but we'll get for. We'll talk about that a bit more.
Yeah, because we got plenty of trailers we've got more trailers to come, and obviously your interest notwithstanding, you've watched them all. So this comes out on the 5th of April, which is pretty soon. Like I said, I still feel like I'm fresh off the last batch of these fucking, exorcism movies. If this was coming out in like a September or something, then maybe I'd be like in the mood, more like in the mood. I'd be like, oh, I haven't seen anything like that for a little bit now. But April, not very. I don't know, not a very supernaturally kind of Satan-y kind of month, really. April.
It's a biblical time. It's the time of the resurrection,
I suppose. But that's like that's the birth of Jesus. This is the birth of Satan. This is the opposite. So this should come out like You know, it's a time of life, of love. The birds are chirping in the sky, George. The grass is green again. It's a lovely time to be alive.
I don't set these release dates, right? But yeah, it does seem like a bit soon after Exorcist. But I don't know. I might go see it if it's nearby.
Yeah.
Really got anything much else next month on? So
yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Omen, great. Moving on. So, speaking of trailers for things that we feel like we've only just finished watching, Rebel Moon 2, The Scar Giver. Seems like yesterday we were talking about the first one and being I think I liked it okay, but generally the consensus is pretty underwhelming. The critics and most people did not seem to really dig it at all. But if you didn't like the first one, don't worry, everyone, because the second one looks exactly the fucking same.
Pretty much. A bit more battling going on, maybe more explosions.
Yep, all of those explosions and gunshots perfectly in time to the music. Like, I don't mind a little bit of that in a trailer, but when the whole trailer is every fucking punch and gunshot and kick is just bang on the fucking beat to the song, like, this is a bit on the nose, you know. But it looks action heavy. You know, a lot of people complain that for the first one, you know, it's supposed to be like this big, like, sci-fi action, you know, visual thrill fest. It was just a lot of like characters meeting and set up. And I mean, this was pitched as like one big long movie, so I guess you can forgive it for kind of looking the same. But at this point, I don't know. Again, I like the first one, and I'm watching this one. I'm like, did I like the first one? You know?
Yeah, I was so. I don't know. I enjoyed it enough, but again, it's not really my thing in general. Zack Snyder, is tumultuous to me, but I don't know. I don't have Netflix. I wouldn't get back just to watch this, if I'm honest. That's my.
At this point, I'm just like, just give me the fucking R-rated. Just give me the full-length director's cut R-rated version of both of these. I will light myself up like an effigy, and I will just watch the whole 6 hours R-rated director's cut of this. I'm ready for that. I was ready. I said it on the thing when we reviewed the first one. I'm just ready for that already. I kind of hope that they would have released the first one, then the director's cut of the first one, then the second one, then did it that way.
It seems like it would make sense.
But yeah, that's not what we're doing, apparently. But hopefully maybe like the end of this year, so sort of around the time, like the same time that the first one came out, so like coming up for like the holidays, maybe they'll just drop both of them, and then I'll be able to indulge my effigy fantasies and enjoy the fuck out of it. But we'll see. This looks fine. I mean, again, it's just more of the same. Hopefully it's a bit more action, because the dialogue and everything else wasn't really the strength, and hopefully they just lean into that. And it's the final part, you know. We've had the setup, so yeah, let's just get it on.
And
that's that, I reckon.
So I've just realised I've not queued up. I've not been queuing the fucking images for these trailers. Who cares?
You don't need the images.
By the way, you have 2 people watching, or 1 as well as us. Hello.
Happy days. It could be one of us, couldn't it? I'll tell you what. I will find out. Should we find out? Should we go and have a look? Anyone in the chat, if you've seen any of these trailers, leave a little comment. Did you like Rebel Moon 1? Do you give a shit about Rebel Moon 2? Have you had enough nuns, or would you like nuns no more? You know, just say hi, whatever. Are you mad because you thought it was going to be you've only been here for 5 minutes and the video's going to be going for half an hour. By the way, welcome. Told you I was going to say it again. So that's all well and good.
But yeah,
2 people watching, nobody in the chat. Let me drop some eyeballs in the chat and see.
Probably don't want to
reveal themselves.
I see that in real time.
There you go.
Hello, Bex.
Hello. I'm not sure if I know that person.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, right. The image is so small. It's just tiny. You've lost so much weight, girl. You're like this big. Hi. Anyway, I don't know people's surnames or faces or regular first names, but hi, thank you. And you're just in time because we are on a good run of watching these trailers, and we got one more to go.
Yeah,
and it's everyone's favorite. This is getting all the buzz this week. Not good. I'm talking about The Crow, the long-awaited remake of The Crow. They've been trying to get this thing going for like 15, 20 years. Every actor you can think of in Hollywood has been attached to this role. I'm talking Jason Momoa, I'm talking Bradley Cooper, I'm talking Tom Hiddleston, Tom Hardy, anyone that is Luke Evans at one point. I'm starting to pine for Luke Evans, which is not a situation I ever
didn't you?
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, I got to throw it in here because
go on, throw it at me in my face like a pie. There it is. Oh yeah, look at him. You could just like all up and down that, like But I won't. I won't. This is not Jared Leto's Joker. It could be, but some people are saying it's certainly not The Crow either. This trailer already has like 100,000 dislikes on YouTube. Really? Like record-breaking amount of dislikes. People are not liking this. So, what did you think of it, George?
Well, you know what? I thought, because I haven't seen it, because you were about to describe it to me. That's the whole point. Was this not a bit?
No, it is a bit, George. It absolutely is a bit. But part of the bit was that I thought that you had seen it, and then you know what? It doesn't matter. Set the scene. Okay. He's got short hair and maybe an Irish accent. I'm not sure. I think it changes a little bit.
Okay.
But I digress. He's in bed with his lovely lady friend. There's such award-winning dialogue of like, it's just us, just me and you. Nobody can touch our love. He doesn't feel hate. He feels the love, George. It's not vengeance, but
not yet.
An adventure of love. No, but they keep saying it throughout the whole trailer, right? So they're in bed. They're smoking a joint. They're so edgy, they're rolling around, having a good time. It's like, we know what you're trying to do. We know what's going to happen. We know you're trying to make us feel shit, and it's not happening. I don't remember the original Crow movie that well because I don't fawn over it like,
No, you're not a true goth.
I'm not. I mean, look.
Sorry.
If you take a picture of me and then you invert the colors, then maybe. But other than that, I not really my vibe, believe it or not. So where was I? Fucking losing the plot here, mate.
You don't quite remember.
So I don't quite remember.
It happens pretty quick at the start that he's
pretty quick. Yeah.
Fucked up.
And they just show up. They just show up for no reason. There's no real setup for why they're doing that.
I'm pretty sure that's the original, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like well, here's the thing though, because it's like a home invasion-y kind of like random act of, but also they're making out like they're like these crazy gangsters. They're like these big, like uppity, you know, organized thing going on. They're all wearing suits and they've got like a big fucking
Suits.
you know, skyscraper building. It's like, so why is this dude just doing home invasions and fucking like stoner Irish guys for no reason? Like, what are you doing? Like, so we all bust in. We bust in, George, and it's plastic bags over the heads. It's not a fun watch. It's already not fun because it's bad, but now it's just like, oof. Plastic bags, they're looking at each other through the plastic bags, and it's coming up on the screen, and it's like, this spring experience the love or whatever, you know. I wish it had the voice over the screen like that. Experience the love. Anyway, and then we get all of this stuff. He's in the underworld. Lots of shots of him like lying on his back in a Jesus pose. You know, the camera's traveling up the ridges on his abs like a fucking, you know, like a wide shot in a Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movie, traveling over the mountains. You know, Sam Raimi's got his fucking plank wood like going along, you know. So he's in the underworld. Everything's all blue. We're going through a blue vibe because I guess the original was all like black and red because those are the real goth colours.
No, there's a lot of blue. Oh, my Manus is a yo.
There we go. We got people in there. So
you're all good. Hope you're all good too.
But yeah.
You
oh yeah. We have a chat now, McManus. You don't want to fucking message me any other time, but now you want to fucking catch up. No, don't worry about it, mate. Let us know what you thought of the trailer, though.
So carry on with the description, anyway. Yeah.
Right. So he falls down into a world of blue. Then he's coming back up, and then it's just John Wick. He's just bowling through a mansion, and he's just shooting people in the head. Like, where's the gothic, you know, poetic vengeance? You know, and he's just hitting people in the head and shooting people in the head. Like, not like, you know, not like some elaborate, like, you know, traps of irony and like, you know, psychological warfare like the original one where he's fucking with them and like really making them pay. And this one is just like, shoot you in the face, turn around, punch you in the face, shoot you in the face. It looks like the violence is there, like they didn't hold back in that regard. And yeah, and then to finish it off, there's the quote of somebody who again reiterates the theme of the movie. It says, "This isn't vengeance, this is love." And then the title comes up, and that's pretty much it. It's a very generic, like this could easily be a John Wick or a Jason Statham kind of movie, or you know, like even like one of the Rock's kind of revenge thrillers from like 10 years ago or something like that, like a what's that one he did, like a Snitch or a Faster or something like that. He's not,
I didn't see.
they're fine, but anyway, this is not fine. And you know who also is not thinking this is fine, George, is the director.
Oh yeah, I saw.
I want to say Alex Prius, not Prius, that's a car, isn't it?
Is it Provus or no? What is it?
Proyas. Yeah. So here's another segment that we've not had for a little while, but directors popping off, right? So Alex Proyas, director of 1994's The Crow, condemns the remake, which is more poetic than the trailer. So I'll give him that. Saying that it should the Crow should remain as Brandon's legacy. I think you pointed this out. He didn't say that about any other Crow movies. So
maybe he just didn't have a platform to say it on at the time.
Maybe. Yeah, or on his MySpace, you know, with like just slagging off Edward Furlong, and Edward Furlong is out of the top 8 now. That is it, right? No, so he says Troy has made it clear that he doesn't get joy from seeing negativity when it comes to fellow filmmakers, and that he understands the cast and crew had good intentions, before saying a lot of negativity about fellow filmmakers. So that's fine. He says, I think the fans' response speaks volumes. The Crow is not just a movie. Brandon Lee died making it, and it was finished as a testament to his lost brilliance and tragic loss. It is his legacy, and that's how it should remain.
Well,
I just want to say,
go on.
Brandon Lee died making it. I think Alex Proyas, you'll find that you were the one that made it. So if you're gonna start throwing stones, I'm being facetious. That's fine, right? And then I thought I'd have a look. I thought, well, let's have a look at what Alex Proyas' legacy is, shall we? Right, what's he been up to since The Crow? He's best known for directing the films The Crow, Dark City, I, Robot, Knowing with Nicolas Cage, and Gods of Egypt, which famously has like hundreds and hundreds of bronzed up white people playing Egyptians in it. So you really want to talk about what makes a good legacy, Alex Boyce? Like, you haven't got much of a leg to stand on here, mate. Like,
yeah, and I think that legacy's been very much tarnished by the 3 terrible sequels that, you know.
There's that as well. But I can't help but think, if this guy had a successful movie between The Crow and now, he wouldn't care nowhere near as much as what he is, the way he's going on about. And I don't want to body shame, but this dude looks like the Baron from fucking Dune, all right? So...
I mean, his IMDb picture, he doesn't look quite that thick.
No, Google has done him dirty, and it's from the Gods of Egypt premiere as well, so double dirty. Like, he's wearing the same outfit. It's nothing to do with his body. I don't care. He's got the expression, that morose, like, smug. He's got like a black thing with a scarf on, and he's at the Gods of Egypt premiere, which we all know is probably the Harkonnen's favourite movie. A lot of sand in that one. Anyway. Well, yeah. We're not digging this, George. I think they've tried to make the look different. I think they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. If you gave him the white face and the long hair, people would have been like, oh, what, you just trying to do the same thing? It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to his legacy. And then they're like, oh, well, you didn't give him the white face and you cut the hair. It's a disgrace to his legacy. There was no way this was ever gonna. This was never gonna fly. Excuse the pun. But
that's the question. Did you actually see any crows in the trailer, or did they use ravens again?
I'm not sure.
You see birds. Were the birds flying?
Oh no, they actually use just seagulls. It's just seagulls. The whole thing. No, they. I want that movie. Make that parody movie, The Seagull, please.
I mean, we could easily do one in Clacton that would be like, some chavs break in and fucking.
You steal your chips. They steal your chips, and then he goes on a revenge mission to steal all these chips back.
Oh, fucking hell!
Glorious. But no, there's 2 shots of crows, and I'm not sure if they are ravens or crows. Any enthusiasts like bird watchers, ornithologists. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Ornithologists, like the ornithopter from Doom. There we go. It's fucking, I'm taking it in, George. It's fucking sticking.
Buried in there.
But yeah. But obviously they're all CGI, and I know they probably weren't real, or they were like superimposed. But they probably like superimposed them. They weren't actually flying like hundreds of crows around on that set in the 90s, I would imagine.
I can tell you, Dean, that no, they weren't, because they actually used ravens.
Well, there we go.
And the difference between crows and ravens are much larger.
They look more imposing on camera.
Impressive, longer beaks.
Yeah, we've talked about this because we talked about Jimmy the Crow, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. We did.
Shout out to Jimmy.
We're still yet to do our animals in film
We'll
So,
do that. That's a
but
good one. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll come back to that.
we'll do that. But yeah, anyway, that was apparently there was one of the Ravens was reused in one of the sequels, or more than one of the sequels.
I mean,
I don't know its name.
if you're a Raven and you're
Got-
stunt doubling for a Crow, that you get your foot in the door with that Crow franchise. Of course, you're going to do the sequels. Like, of course you are.
But yeah, they were real birds, but they probably aren't now.
No, of course they're not. Yeah, there's one shot where there's just like a load of CGI Crow, and it looks, ironically enough, like Dracula Untold with Luke Evans, which I thought was okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then at the end, and then the final shot of the trailer, he's like walking away from the camera, like in a tunnel, and he's all silhouetted, and he's got like a crow or a raven sitting on his shoulder, you know. So
classic. Well, it's a shame because I mean, I'll be honest, I was a fan of the Crow, like growing up. I'm not like, you know.
Did you say growing up?
Growing up. No, I didn't, but missed an opportunity. Another one. But yeah, it's a shame. Oh well.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll be watching it in the cinema. Or maybe I will. I don't know. Probably not.
It's not going to do well, and
No.
like I say, I don't think this was ever going to do well. But the problem is, like I say, 15 years in development, they've been hiring writers and directors and attaching actors. They've put a lot of money into this before it even went into like actual production, you know. So they kind of had to at this point. But now they've done it, and we can stop hearing about it. Or maybe it'll be a fun, ironic Halloween costume that people can do. You know, it looks cheap, easy to do. None of that white shit on your face. You can sip your drink and not get, you know, smears everywhere.
Yeah,
you know, like a crow just shit on your face.
Black shoe polish.
Yeah, well, don't leave that at home for Halloween, kids. Don't do that.
No, just around the eyes. Just around the eyes.
Just the eyes, yeah, just around the eyes.
Not in your eyes.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what would be more frowned upon is doing blackface or this trailer. To be honest, I think it's probably a toss up.
Well, I didn't realize there was that much hate for it. I just avoided it. So
yeah, no, everyone's hating it. Everyone's hating it.
It's a shame. Oh well. Anyway, should we get to our main topic?
Yeah, let's get to a main topic, shall we?
Nearly 55 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, we call it a main topic. Like they say, we were going to talk about Roadhouse, and Roadhouse, you know, just hit the road, I guess. So
no, it hasn't hit the road yet. Apparently, it showed up fucking
although
later than we anticipated.
Yeah. Well, that's why we did the video half an hour late or half an hour early, because we wanted to honor things being not at the right time they were supposed to be. Thanks, Jeff, for that. What's going on there? Like, it was supposed to come out on the 8th. We're fucking 12 days in and no Roadhouse. But then I'm hearing today that some of the reviews are there's some actually good reviews. So maybe, who knows? But if you want something that's going to get good reviews and have artistic merit, and it's going to reach a large variety, worldwide audience, okay, then maybe talk about something else. Because we're talking about the Poohniverse, everyone. You did not mishear me. That is the Poohniverse. That is real. I had to double, triple check that poster because I was like, there is no way this is real. There is no way that name is real. And it is. And yeah, it's absolutely real. So we've mentioned it a couple of times with the whole Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey thing. The film come out, kind of became a bit of like a cult here on like no budget whatsoever, gained some notoriety because Winnie the Pooh's in public domain, and fuck it, let's do that. I guess it looks terrible. The second one is coming out. Looks, you know, they've obviously got a bit of a bigger budget, because the first one, it was literally just like a dude in a plastic mask, but the character wasn't supposed to be a dude in a plastic mask. The character was supposed to be a real walking, talking, you know, anthropomorphized Winnie the Pooh bear. But they've upped the ante, you know, like how Slipknot, you know, they just a little bit more detail every time. He's going in the right direction, you know, just waiting for his psychosocial where he can really hit the mainstream. But anyway, so before Blood and Honey 2, or whatever that's called, is coming out, they've got confidence. They're like, you know what, the notoriety on this, you know, is outweighs like the tiny budget that we spent on this. These characters are public domain. Let's ride the wave, I guess, and see where we go. People love the Avengers. People want shared universe. Godzilla is coming out with Kong. You know, everyone's meeting, rubbing shoulders. It's a whole fucking incestuous cesspool, right? So the Poohniverse is going to unite Pooh, Bambi, Tinkerbell, and more in low-budget horror crossover.
Who else? I've got it here.
Have you got the list? Because I was just trying to scroll for that.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say I got a bit of information, because I was surprised to find out that the production company that are doing this, called Jagged Edge, they're actually a British production company, and it's just, well, it's two guys. Well, I believe it was started by Scott Jeffrey, and Reese Frake Waterfield, who directed Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and Blood and Honey 2. So yeah, basically we've got Bambi, The Reckoning, Peter Pan's. These are the standalone films.
And they're all coming out, are they? Because I thought they were just going to throw them all in this.
No, I believe they're set to come out as standalone films, and then you're going to have the Poohniverse, where they're all, you know, joined together.
So they're doing it proper. That's good.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we've got Bambi, The Reckoning, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, and my personal favorite, Pinocchio Unstrung.
Wow, Unstrung.
Yeah. Unstrung.
MTV Unstrung.
But yeah, so Jagged Edge Productions and ITN Studios will team Winnie the Pooh with murderous versions of Bambi, Tinkerbell, Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Tigger, Piglet, the Mad Hatter, and Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, I was going to say I've got Mad Hatter and Sleeping Beauty here on this list as well.
Well, you see them on this glorious artwork. I'm just going to play that again because look at that.
Absolutely.
It looks... and then you see Poohniverse. And you're like, what?
I mean, yeah, let's talk about the name for a minute, because
it's not great.
When I first heard the name, I was like, again, I thought it wasn't real. And then when I found out it was real, I was like, I can't say that without joking. And I think that's obviously the point, because it's such a stupid joke of a name that, I mean, we're talking about, it's a main fucking segment. We were going to be talking about a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor, and now we've said the word Poohniverse like 7 times each. It's burned in there. It's such a joke. I've got to admire it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, hats off to these guys. Well, they already, you know, gained a lot of traction with Winnie the Pooh, you know, Blood and Honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to put it in perspective, the actual numbers, it cost them less than 50 grand to make that film, and they made 5.2 million at the box office. I think that's just in the States. It might be.
Yeah. That might be, if you work out the percentages, that might be one of like the highest, like most profitable movies ever made, just with the increase in the margin. I mean, that's like, what is that, like 100 times its budget back?
Yeah, it's mad.
It's pretty good.
I think it's 100 times, but that is
because they always say, right, you can't manufacture like they always say like you can't manufacture a cult hit, and when any movie tries to do it, it usually just falls flat on its face. But these guys, it seems like that's exactly what they did, and they've cracked it.
Yeah,
Absolutely cracked it.
I mean, like I said, the two British guys who, it says, I checked, I had a look at their website, and it says Jagged Edge, or British production company, produced over 50 feature films, all of which have received worldwide distribution. And to be fair, looking at the IMDb, like there was, a lot of these looked like, I don't want to say like bad B-movie horror titles, but like none of them so much stood out in comparison to obviously these cult characters. But yeah, man, they're doing well. They're doing fucking doing great. And I wasn't really that interested to see Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Same
I
here,
feel
but
like
now
I'm gonna have to take a look at it now.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I was like, oh, that's a funny idea. It's a novelty. I'm not gonna watch it. Like, if it would have come out like 15 years ago when I'm at college and we're all hanging out, and that's a different situation. But now it's like I'm not gonna sit at home and watch this by myself, or whatever. But now, like you say, because it's like blown up so much, and because there's all this other stuff now coming from, I'm like, fuck it. If I will now, I probably will sit at home and watch this. I'm not going to buy it or rent it even. But if it pops up on one of my services, then there's a good chance I'm going to watch it now. Whereas before, I would have been happy just sitting there watching. I would have watched a couple of clips or whatever. But now we need to absorb the lore. We need to know everything about this universe so that we can fully appreciate the rest of the Poohniverse. So it's good stuff. I mean, if 50 grand to make this, made 5 million, if you take these 5 or 6 other movies, you make them for 50, 60, 70, even 100 grand each, and they all do anywhere near 5 million each. That's a fucking, you're building an empire at that point. Like, these guys could they could be running a studio within the next 3 years. Like,
nice, man.
Like, it's madness.
No, they already are running their own production.
Well, yeah, but I'm like,
they don't need to.
Legit, like, these could be like the next Asylum,
I think they're going to be they're already doing better than Asylum.
Well, yeah, because those things don't make any money. They just go straight to DVD, yeah, or straight to streaming.
A lot of their content, well, like it says, all of them have gained, worldwide distribution, at least. Not to say that they've done as well as obviously Winnie the Pooh. But I'm having a bit of a problem, by the way. I can't get back. Obviously, we're still going, but I can't.
Oh, well, I'm always going, baby.
Hey, baby. I can't access. I went to look on IMDb, and now I've got the color wheel of death at the moment.
Color wheel of death.
I have no control. I can't actually see you. I can't see myself. It's all
we're just flailing around in the darkness. That's fine. We'll just roll with it and see what. Hopefully, it doesn't just shut down. If it does, you'll be glad that we went half an hour early because you got an extra half hour. So that's because everyone just wants an extra half an hour at the end of the day because time is money. And we're not getting any. So what I want to see, right, is these are all public domain characters. That's part of the whole shtick, right? All these murders are happening, right? Who could be investigating these murders, George? Throw Sherlock Holmes in there. Fucking do it. Make Sherlock Holmes like the Dr. Loomis of this universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or something. Fuck it. What? But my point is that everyone loves a good crossover, and it's easy to do in their public domain. Sometimes it's not as easy to get these things going because you've got all these different big, major like studios owning all these different things, and it's a lot of different money in a lot of different places and all the rights, and it's all wires across. And sometimes they get made and sometimes they don't. So we thought we'd have a little chat about some of the ones that have got made, maybe some of the ones that didn't. We'll see how we go. So how many have you got, George? Have you got like a little
Not
list,
many.
or we? No, not really. So
I have a
yeah,
couple of ideas.
favorite crossover. Oh, have you got your own? Have you? Because
Yeah.
I've got a couple. I just want to say we
Right,
talked about this a little bit in a previous episode, so I won't go mad on it. But Freddy versus Jason, man, is top tier. I don't care what anyone says. It's such of its time. It's so like dated, like early 2000s, because of like the CGI and like all the new metal bands and everything else like that. but I think in terms of like mixing the lore and like finding like a valid sort of half sensible, you know, reason to kind of bring those two together. The fact that you had Freddy lost his power because nobody was dreaming about him anymore, so he manipulated Jason to get out of hell and commit murders so that people would think it was Freddy, and that brought Freddy back into people's heads, so then he got power. And I thought all of that stuff was pretty good. Shame we didn't get the sequels. There was numerous versions of sequels or spin-offs from this. There was at one point there was going to be a post-credit scene to Freddy versus Jason that was going to have Pinhead from Hellraiser in there. There was a script for Ash versus Freddy versus Jason. I love Ash. I love Evil Dead. I don't really know how he's holding up in that fight. Maybe he could fight Jason. Maybe with a lot of luck, he might be able to. But what are we doing there, really?
Well, it would have been cool to see it nonetheless. But
it would have been cool.
Obviously, rights issues abound. There was talks of these things for years. But yeah, should we talk as if like I'm assuming you have ideas where if there were no rights issues, if we could just have carte blanche.
Yeah, I mean, the first one that comes to mind, and again, I think I've said this before, is, and you can't do this now, even if you had the rights and everything else, because what I would have wanted off of Freddy versus Jason, I want the modern horror icon version of Monster Squad, right? Which again is a crossover from 1987. You got your Dracula, your Wolfman, your Frankenstein, and your classic Universal monsters all in one movie. You know, I've always wanted that, but for like I say, the modern or the 80s slasher like horror icons. Problem is that none of those actors are going to be doing that anymore. I don't want to see that if it's just all new actors in those roles.
Yeah.
I mean, I say all of them. I mean, it doesn't really matter for your Michaels and your Jason, but if you've got no Robert Englund and no Bruce Campbell, or no Doug Bradley, like, then basically I don't want it. I would only want it if, and I think there would have been, I think the opportunity for that is past, unfortunately. But that would be like my dream, like fantasy. Oh, Chucky.
I've got one for that.
You know, that would be cool.
I've got an idea for Chucky, but what else have you got in the horror realm there? Have you got anything else?
All right, so here's the one that I do have. Aside from a pitch that I had from a couple of years ago of a Christine meets the Transformers, which
I like that idea.
Never going to happen, and I was going to throw her. I was going to throw Herbie in there too. You know what? Do you remember Brum? Do you remember Brum?
Yeah, I remember Brum.
Get him in there as well. Anyone remembers Brum? Leave a comment. If you know what, don't say what it is, but anyone remembers what Brum is, leave a comment in and let us know, because that's fun. I used to have a friend that was obsessed with it. It wasn't really my thing, but every time I go to this friend's house, she would just want to watch Brum. And anyway, that's fine. So my main idea, I was thinking, Because you know what I saw the other day is a lot of quotes going about how some of the people involved with the Scooby-Doo movies, right, from 2000s, like James Gunn, who wrote it, Matthew Lillard, who obviously was Shaggy, they've been quoted the last couple of days saying that they would totally be down to bring back that cast and do a third R-rated Scooby-Doo movie where they're all like old, right? Which I would love that by itself, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So what I was thinking, and again, we're a bit limited now with the horror icons, with the actors, with the rights. What horror franchise is kind of just hit a dead end? Can't do. We've talked about it recently. Can't really do anything else. They did a whole reboot trilogy, sequel, legacy trilogy, whatever. Not very good. So I want a very Scooby Halloween, or something, or whatever you call it, right? So here, the idea is that, you know, because Halloween's supposed to be like, was supposed to be like an anthology thing in the first place. Yeah. So I figured, what if you've got people wearing Michael masks, loads of impersonators all over a town, people are getting murdered left, right, and center. They don't know what is doing it because, as far as we know from the last movie, Michael's dead, right? So this town is like being haunted by Michaels everywhere. People are dying. We need to call in somebody. Even the police won't touch this fucking town. They're like, the whole town was rioting, like, just fucking leave them to it. We're not touching it. Just calling the whole thing off, right? And just let them all fucking die. And we're sick of this Michael shit. But there's one group that will take this job, and that is the Scooby Gang. So that's my pitch. Is I want a Scooby-Doo Halloween, and I think there's like, it's never going to happen, but no, I'd say that, but it's not impossible. Not impossible. That franchise is dead in the water. Like, they couldn't even fucking do anything with that now. Like, you know, that and The Exorcist are just, those studios are just wasted a whole load of money on that franchise. So maybe you could just palm it off. I believe Warner Bros have Scooby-Doo. So yeah, let's just slide them a little Halloween and let's get it on. Matthew Lillard, Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, Linda Cardellini, and Michael. And let's go. And the best thing about it is the whole movie, they're pulling masks off. You get all those classic moments in there because they're finding people, impersonators, ripping the mask off. Oh, it's not that guy. Oh, that's old Herbert from the car shop. Oh no, that's, you know, Janine from the grocery store. You know, until eventually, then at the end they come face to face with a real supernatural killing machine, and we saved the day with a Great Dane. I don't know. That's what I got, George.
I like it. I'm there for it. It's funny though. You did say that Halloween's dead in the water. I heard some news. I should have mentioned it before, but apparently there's going to be a Halloween TV show.
I've heard that, and assuming that's going to be more the anthology angle, because you can't just have Michael in every episode, right? Or even at all. But then if you call it Halloween and it's just anthology and there is no Michael, again, it was supposed to be an anthology, but people now, it's like Halloween is Michael Myers. Like, that's it, really. So I don't know. Would you want that?
I don't know. I'm down for anything like that's not what we just had, to be honest. But I say that, like, I didn't hate them. I didn't hate them all. 2018 wasn't that bad. It had its moments. Halloween Kills was not the worst, and Halloween Ends was just comical to me, to be honest. Like, most of it was just, I had a laugh of it, but I feel like that was mostly because I heard so much hate on it, and I was like, well, I'm probably not gonna enjoy it. So what I did see, I just had a laugh with. I wasn't expecting too much, but yeah. As far as what my mashups are, I got two. You spoke about Chucky and Child's Play, and obviously we have there's several films that follow the same premise of the spirit of a serial killer, murderer gets into some sort of entity. I've got Child's Play versus, hear me out here, Ginger Dead Man. You ever see that?
I think so, but
Gary
it's
Busey.
not right. Yeah, I think I saw that once, and I'm
anthropomorphic gingerbread man, and then that's not it. That's not it. Gingerbread.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
There's more.
There's more. You ever seen Jack Frost?
Yes, Michael Keaton. Of course, I've seen Jack Frost.
No, not that Jack Frost.
Jack Frost. Damn it!
We're talking about.
You're talking about the horror one. Yeah. Oh, damn it! I got excited then. I was thinking.
Is it Shannon Elizabeth?
It might be
American Pie.
Yeah.
Might have been like one of her first roles, but basically it's the same premise in every fucking film.
Yeah,
but like this, I haven't really thought too much about the plot. It would just be, well, you could have them, Chucky becomes a good character somehow, and to fight against these two.
So
I definitely don't have. I haven't bought as much.
Well, it's Christmas time, right? So, and he wants to do his spell to get himself back into a Chucky, like a good guy body, right? Yeah. I tell you what you do. Here's what you do. It's the new remake version of the good guy doll, the AI one, but it's original, like Charles Leray or whatever his name is, and it's like, oh great, a robot body, like this is exactly what I need, like best of both worlds, right? Because now I'm like immortal and I've got more like autonomy. I can put my mind or my soul into one of these bodies, and one of these kids has just got the fucking good guy doll for Christmas. Problem is, it's Christmas. There's gingerbread men, there's snowmen. You get a bit of a body, like something goes wrong with the spell. You get a whole body swap thing coming on. So Chucky is running around as a gingerbread man. Then he has to try and do it again. Now he's a snowman, and so they're all swapping bodies throughout the movie until eventually you get to the end of the movie, and obviously they all get their designated bodies back, and then big like action horror finale, something like that.
Or you could have the gingerbread, the ginger dead man, the Jack Frost, the snowman. They're murdering everyone. Somehow someone manages to possess the Chucky doll robot, and he takes him out. I don't know. He comes to save the day.
Perfect.
And then Annabelle shows up. And
yes,
it's all fucked up.
I mean, here's one. If you're gonna do a Chucky crossover, it's got to be with Megan, right?
Oh, I guess that would make more sense.
I didn't
even think of that.
Either did I. I'm just firing off now, George. Just firing off. I mean, other people have probably suggested it as well, right? It must have. No way we're the first people to think of that.
No.
Two evil dolls or whatever, and can they breed? They could make more, like a hybrid.
It's funny because on the subject of toys, obviously we have. I tried, Dean, to watch Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. Turns out it's got Corey Feldman in it. I was like,
what era Corey Feldman? What year did this? Oh, this is gonna be top tier Corey Feldman. I mean,
it was comical, but like it's 3 nights in a row. It's taken me. I might finish it tonight.
I'm so conflicted on Corey Feldman, man. Like,
He's
I love
his character.
Well, when obviously his
He's
characters, like in his characters in the movies, you know, Goonies and Stand by Me, and even Lost Boys, right? But I always liked his vibe. I liked his look. I liked his voice. Like, so much promise there. Like, you know, with the glasses, you know, there's a little bit of a kinship. It's like this wisecracking glasses kid who's like, you know, got issues and like he's insecure. It's like, I can vibe with this guy. I know a guy like that. So I was always a big fan of him. And then now when I'm watching this, when I see all these videos and all this stuff,
the music stuff,
and
look, I'm sorry, you failed to mention Friday the 13th Part 4, which is like one of the best ones. But yeah, sorry.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. So, and obviously, like, he's doing like the long black hair, he's doing the red leather jacket and like the body. It's so bad. And I know these allegations are like allegations, and I know that he hasn't said that, I don't think, that anything did happen.
Oh, with Michael Jackson.
Right, you see what I'm saying? It does look like a case of like, you know, like, I don't think it's quite Stockholm syndrome, but where like with somebody, like you have a traumatic experience with somebody and then you turn into that person.
Well,
it's like a coping mechanism. Like, that's, again, I don't know anything happened and I don't know psychology, but to me it's like that's what it looks like is happening. But also, do I laugh when he smashes his face on the microphone? Hell yes, I do.
Well, the funny thing is, man, I watched a video, Justin Hawkins, The Darkness. He has his own YouTube channel.
Justin Hawkins rides again. Yeah, I've seen it.
Lovely. Yeah, you know, he does all right. You know, I'm a fan. But yeah, he put a video up recently, like saying he feels like it's all
staged.
Like staged. And I'm like, I don't know if you can stage hitting yourself in the mouth with a microphone that many times. But regardless of, sorry, I just not to get like too real, but regardless of the MJ thing, him and Corey Haim were definitely, you know, victims of the Hollywood abuse machine.
Of course they are. All of them are.
Yeah, he's definitely, you know, a lot of dramatic shit.
They're definitely fucked up. Most of them, some of them get lucky, but they're still fucked up. They're just not, they're just like talent, you know, like sometimes they get fucked up, but they retain like their like talent and their ability to present as like a normal functioning person, you know, like like the Olsons are kind of, they managed to turn themselves around a bit, or Drew Barrymore, but you can still see there's a look in the eye. There's a look to the eye of some of these people. And again, I don't want to cast aspersions and judge people's like character or, you know, mental well-being based on how they look. You know, I'm somebody who knows what that's like. I'm not going to bring up the bouncer again, right? But so I get it, but absolutely fucked up. And if it turned out that he did it on purpose, and the whole thing, like this whole, I'm a like dime store Michael Jackson, like can barely even like see like 2 feet in front of my face, like complete shambles of a person. If I find out that whole thing is performance art and it's like a bit, mind blown. That man is like, he's Daniel Day-Lewis at that point. Like, he goes from being the most laughed at person in Hollywood to being like the greatest actor that ever lived, in my opinion. So I would hope that that's the case.
Fair enough.
I don't think that is the case. I think, but I would love to meet him. I would love to talk to him. But sometimes, again, you just look at these people and you're like, is there really even a person in there? Like, there's no self-awareness. There's no sense of self, even, let alone self-awareness. Like, these people are literally just like, you know what they are? Like, it's a shell, right? You know, like if you go through like a box of Lego and you just take out a piece, and then just the next piece you find, you just stick it on, and the next piece you find, you just stick it on. And you know, that's what these people are. But instead of pieces of Lego, it's just like fucked up experiences, and like it's either fucked up experiences or like living the dream of being like the most loved child you know, like and all these just things just get stacked on, and it just doesn't make, maybe I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong, but it just doesn't look like it makes a fucking fully functional whole person. But that's Hollywood, everyone. You know, we're part of the problem because we're talking about it. So we might as well be Epstein at this point. You know what I mean? So
come on now.
All right, look, we're a little bit better, but you know, we didn't get caught. So moving on.
Yeah. Anyway, we're done with the mashup. Oh no, sorry, I had one more.
I've got a couple more quick jokey ones as well, but
I had one as well.
Quick jokey one.
Go on.
All right, so I was thinking, right, and this one popped into my head earlier. I was like, what else? Like what you did with like, okay, like people putting their minds into things, right? So it's like, what kind of two other concepts would work well together? And I come up with, what if flatliners, but they're going to hell to fight Pinhead? Because they like die so they can go into the realm. You know what I mean? So maybe like one of them is like lost somebody to the cube, and then he's like, here's what we're going to do. Like he's like drinking, he's like fucked up, he's lost his brother to the cube or whatever, the box. And there's like a group of them, and they're like, we need to get you, like, you've got to move on. And then one day he comes back and he finds all these friends, and he's like, they've not seen him for years. And he's like, guys, I've got it. We can flatline and we can go to them and we can and they're like, dude, just let it go. And it's like, no. So then you just got a group of dudes or people, ladies, whoever, and we're flatlining and we're going to get revenge on hell for it doesn't even have to be Pinhead. You could probably work in any horror franchise that is kind of like got a hell related. It could be an Exorcist thing, it could be an Omen thing.
I mean, Hellraiser is
probably the best one, to be honest. But the reason it works better with Hellraiser is for the title.
Oh, go on. What's it?
Well, this see how this goes, right? Flat razors. It works on so many levels.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Flat razors, because it's flat, but they're raised. But you know, it's funny, George. It's worth it for that one pun. What's that?
Better than Hellliners.
Better. Well, yeah. I had to do both in my head. It's like, no, flat razors. It sounds like platform shoes, but it's fine. And then the other one that I was thinking, it's kind of horror, but not really. But two animated series based off of movies that come out in the 90s, made by the same animation studio, and that is Ghostbusters and Men in Black.
Oh.
So okay. I'm talking alien ghosts. Put two like militarized kind of like, you know, response team operations, aliens, ghosts. I don't have a plot. I just think, and you call it MIG, obviously.
Men in Ghosts.
Well, actually, that doesn't sound good, does it? Well, Dan Aykroyd was about it. He was a man in. He was a man in a ghost.
Ghosts on men.
Ghosts on men. I mean, because if you're a person, you've got like a soul, right? So the ghost is, you've already got a ghost inside you, and then you've got a ghost inside you using your body as a vessel to go inside another ghost. That's a kinky three-way. That's what I'm saying. But
yeah. Oh.
Anyway, MIG and and flat razors. Those are my two joke ones.
Hellraisers flatlined to hell. Yeah, I got one for you. Well, it's funny you mentioned Ghostbusters because the only other one I had was Ghostbusters, but not the animated series. I was thinking this is a thing though where we have fictional characters crossing over with potentially real world paranormal investigators. Again, the Conjuring series that had Ed and Lorraine Warren, or fictional portrayals of them, because they were notoriously like fraudsters, right? So if you put them in the Ghostbusters world, and then you had them sort of trying to expose the Ghostbusters for frauds, and then it turns out,
it turns out they're the frauds. Yeah. And as a result of them trying to prove that the Ghostbusters are fraud, they open up like a thing, and they get possessed. So the Warrens then become like the villains. They're possessed of by Gozer.
You have them Valak and Gozer. You have the nun demon, and all the other fucking.
Oh man, I would.
Oh, you could bring in. You could have the ultimate mashup. You could bring in all the characters we've spoken of. You bring in these fucking murderous ghosts of murderers possessed Jack Frost, Ginger Dead Man, all the Child's Play, Annabelle, all the Conjuring universe, all the demonic toys, all the puppet masters, puppets, all these ridiculous characters and ghosts are now ghosts. And
good stuff.
Ghostbusters have to.
It's a good movie with 13 ghosts. I think that was a damn good movie. And
I don't remember much about that.
It was good. I thought it was fun. But yeah, throw the Ghostbusters in there. The crazy, because it's a crazy big mansion, with all the ghosts trapped inside. It gets busted open at the end of the movie.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. Matthew Lillard was in that one as well.
Yep.
Yeah. 13 Ghostbusters. Probably think of a better title, but there you go.
Maybe they'll
fun
do it
and games.
13.
Yeah, reviews not looking great for the new one, but I mean, I
it's
think
out here next week or this weekend, right?
No, I think it's next. I think it's next weekend. I think it's Kong and Godzilla this week. Of course it is, because we're celebrating crossovers, and we got so wrapped up in the Poohniverse we forgot that Kong and Godzilla was coming out. It doesn't look good. It looks so fucking generic. I don't even know if I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush for it, but I don't know. See what happens next week.
But we'll see how the timing lines up with the next episode. Maybe I would have seen it, or maybe we'll just get straight to Ghostbusters, which I am going to see regardless of the reviews. Because I didn't see any of the other ones in the theaters, so I don't think I've actually ever seen a Ghostbusters movie in a cinema.
I did, so I didn't have the best one.
You got 2016.
I did. Took my nephew. Well, I met my mum and my sister and my nephew. I was like, I remember thinking, he gets to watch a Ghostbusters film in the theater, and then I think he was young enough to not remember it. So
happy days, yeah, because you don't want him remembering strong female role models, George. Like, why? Who needs that? Who needs that?
No. My life's been full of these.
That's why you hate it. Like, I've had it fucking enough. There's enough strong women. I do not need them on. They're in my life. I don't need them on screen. Okay, I feel like they're represented enough in my peripheral, immediate area. Yeah, happy days.
So we forgot about it last time, but do you want to do a little pop quiz? I've got some questions for you.
All right, yeah.
The 1 for 1. So these might be a bit easy for you, but they might not. We'll see.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. And then cool. And then next time, I guess I've got to have some questions for you, and then we'll see how we.
Yeah. Best 3, and then we start again, or we come up with something.
Yeah, we get a tiebreaker in. Maybe we need to get a third party into like pitters head to head. That's what we'll do next time. But anyway, I'm ready.
All right.
Firing up my brain.
I think you're gonna have this one because you got me with it. You got me with it last time, and of course I tried to keep it topical as to the trailers that we got. So first question: The Omen, 1976. Who composed the soundtrack?
Richard. Oh, damn it! I was ready. Like he's gonna ask me who directed it, but that's
Why
what
would
I
do
asked
that?
you,
asked
isn't
me
it?
that, and
I know. I just yeah. Okay.
Very famous composer.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
254 credits, composing
Jesus
credits,
Christ.
300 music department credits. I've got some facts about this guy.
It's not Williams, is it? I can't ask that, can I? But in no way did John Williams do the fucking Omen, so I can rule that out. But who else? Okay.
But he got an award for it. The only one in his career. You're gonna be like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have it, do you? Do you want to take a shot in the dark?
Oh, Alan Silvestri.
No.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's Jerry Goldsmith.
Oh, okay.
It's his only Oscar that he ever got.
He's only one.
Out of 254 that he
composed. That's what I'm saying.
But get this though, quick. He did Twilight Zone original series. Ended up doing the Twilight Zone movie in the 80s. He did pretty much all the Star Treks. Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Rambo First Blood. Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, Gremlins, Total Recall, Small Soldiers. I know you're a fan of that. The Mummy.
I thought you were going to throw I thought you were going to throw Small Soldiers in your Chucky Ginger Dead. I was like, they don't really fit, but maybe. Anyway, I love that movie. Joe Dante, by the way, doing Little Shop of Horrors remake. I am intrigued. I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, same. I kind of liked that as a kid.
One of my favorite directors, and that movie is just incredible. I don't know if you can really replace like Rick Moranis and Steve Martin. Like that's going to be a very tricky thing to walk. But if they do the original ending, that might give them the edge. But anyway, second question. I'm ready.
Just gonna do that every time.
Even if I get them wrong.
Yeah. Question 2. It's the Crow related. It's also music related as well.
Okay.
Maybe this is harder than I thought for you. All right, so here's a fun one. Studio execs originally wanted to make this film a musical. Speaking of musicals. And they wanted a particular pop star to star in this musical, the Crow musical.
Oh, it's going to be a Crow musical.
Can you name the pop star that they wanted to star?
So was this after the original Crow?
You're looking at when they were putting this together, right?
So this was when this was going to be in. So this was when they were making the original Crow movie. They were going to make it a musical, and they were going to have a musical star. Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, it was a graphic.
Okay, who would fit the bill there? Because not. I mean, what's this? Not the goth stuff. Kind of. I know it was still around, but like in the music culture, it wasn't really there in the early 90s.
No.
Musical
pop star.
But you say pop star, so not rock star.
No.
Okay, so it's not Axl Rose, who was going to be maybe. I would have said.
Gonna have to press you for an answer.
Okay, pop star. Who's big in 1993? Oh my god, not Bowie. Bowie? No, not Bowie. I mean, Labyrinth was only like. Who?
We spoke about him.
What, today or not?
Yeah. I'm giving you a big hint.
What, Jackson?
There you go. All right, I'll give you that one, even though I gave you a fucking clue. Remember this next time. Right. I get a clue. I'll give you that one.
I mean, he was nearly Spider-Man in that era as well. He wasn't nearly, but he was trying. Michael Jackson really wanted.
About in 90s, and then you put him in the Crow. It would.
I mean,
you know the.
They wrap the plastic bag around his head. It's like, Annie, you okay? You know, Like, no, she's dead, mate. You got to go get revenge now. That's great.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the film Moonwalker with Michael Jackson, where he turns into a giant robot at the end? Good stuff.
No, I don't want to see it.
No, we're not now, but I thought it was the coolest shit ever when I was a kid.
Yeah. But there you go. All right, I'll give you that, even though I gave you it pretty much. Last question.
All right.
Rebel Moon. So this is probably a hard one. The story for Rebel Moon was influenced by which Akira Kurosawa film?
It's what's it called? Seven Samurai. It's got to be Seven Samurai.
You fucking got it, didn't you? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, there you go.
Fucking. I was too easy on you. Yeah, apparently that is Zack Snyder's favorite film, and interestingly enough, or maybe not so interesting. Star Wars: A New Hope was also
Hidden Fortress.
Yep, there you go. You knew that.
Yeah. See, all right, that makes up for the clue question. I think that evens out.
Does it?
But sort of.
Oh, well, you knew that.
Well, yeah,
because I knew part of the question.
Even though it wasn't a question, but I knew that one, and then yeah. So I don't know. It kind of works out, but I will remember this. This series of events here for next week, and then
you got
we'll get somebody in. Yeah, we might have to get McManus to come in and do like Quizmaster or something like. And
if it's the tiebreaker after this.
Yeah, we got whiteboards. That'll be good. We'll get something kicking off. But other than that, I think that's everything. So I love this font here at the bottom. This nice
definitely didn't
teal.
Dune.
Is it the Dune font? I suppose it is. Yeah. Although if it was the Dune font, the A would be the same as like the D and the C, but just that way. You know what I mean? Like.
I downloaded it.
There we go. Anyway, new logo, new colour up there. It's all looking good. No images. You just got us talking a little bit of shit, having a bit of fun. No movie to review. And I like this more casual. Yeah, this is a good vibe. So hopefully you people who checked it out, or at least some of it, hopefully it wasn't.
Becky's been here pretty much near to the end. She just said I'd definitely watch 13 Ghostbusters. So
absolutely. Well, because my live chat stopped updating, so I figured everyone had left. So I just assumed that they'd popped in just for like 5-10 minutes, just to like show a little bit of support, solidarity, little pat on the head. Good for you, chump.
Chump.
But no, if you're still here, then fuck off. No, I don't. Honestly, please come here. Don't leave me, baby. Tell your friends so they can also not leave me, baby.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, and
a random date that's yet to be determined.
Yeah, we keep you on your toes, so just let your friends know that. They got to be. If you want to hang with us, you got to be ready, no matter what the weather. All right, what time it is, what the fucking subject is, Roadhouse or not. Fucking keep up.
Roadhouse next time.
Roll with the punches. I don't think it's going to be a movie that we're going to have loads to say about, so we can probably we'll give it an honourable mention next week. It probably would have been out by the time we do our next one.
That and Ghostbusters, probably.
Yeah, there you go. From Roadhouse to Firehouse. There you go. Anyway, thank you so much. Really, anyone who watches even fucking 5 seconds of this, we love every second of that. So.
We're not doing it
always. Well, yeah, we're not doing it.
No,
we would be doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's not like it doesn't, like your watching of it doesn't really impact the happening of it, but we still it means the world and more. So yeah, like, subscribe, drop a comment, anything you've heard us talk about that you have a thought on, anything you want to hear us talk about, into the future.
Yeah.
Who knows? Because I want to do more things like this where we just kind of do more like, random topics and stuff like that. So that'd be fun. Any ideas? Any feedback? Only the good feedback, though. I like to stay in a bubble. All right. So we'll see you. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.